Hi guys, this is Whodunit Archives and we are continuing our gameplay of Elysium. I'm going to continue talking with the people inside the cafeteria. I think this is a cafeteria because Gart always likes to say that he's a cafeteria manager, even though it's also an hotel. and I'm trying my best to always deliver the best audio quality, but it's not an easy task. So I'm sorry if you guys just couldn't understand much of the part one. But don't worry, we didn't do a lot of progress. It's the start of the game, so we only put our feet in the water. Let's put it like this. And I guess now it's a little bit better, so yeah. Bear with me. It's really hard, but let's keep moving on. I think I'm going to try to talk with Nina first.
Hello, sweetie.
I like Lena so much. She's such a nice old lady. Like the elderly woman turns to you with a smile.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Who's Sweetie? Does that mean you like me? Yeah, we are keep doing our crazy playthrough and choose the most insane option. So I'm going to pick this one. Does that mean you like me?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Okay, Lena, fine. But I guess that's a little bit intimate. But I can always get a little bit surprised about how nice sometimes the outcome is.
But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
Okay. A little bit better. You're not hitting on me, this pretty face.
In another time and place, she might have flirted back, but that ship sailed long ago.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rim of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Why though? Why? Why should I? No offense to Lena, she's a very smart old lady, but I don't know. You seem to be in a chair. How do you like to roll with me? I don't know if you noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Are you okay? I'm very sorry. I crashed into you earlier. I don't know what got into me. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money? Oh no. Oh my god. I don't know if I should be asking Lena for cash, but oh no. Okay, so this is I need to choose the craziest option, I guess. So that's an obvious statement. You seem to be in a chair. What is a chair? I'm guessing this is something that our detective would ask after that. How do you like to roll with me? I don't know. I'm going to be the hobo cop, I guess.
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
Her expression becomes very serious.
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth.
Of course she would.
You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you.
I was hoping you could be my sponsor. What is a paycheck? I haven't seen any paychecks. Tug on her heartstrings. Right, let's change the subject. Look, I know the craziest option is number 2, but the third option is something that I guess it's a little bit crazier because there is a high chance that Lena will actually lend us some money or give us some money as a donation. And that's so fucking insane. Like, you don't even know this person and you're already asking her money. Like, okay, I guess this makes a little bit of sense if we actually observe our detective situation, but I don't know, it's so shameless. But let's try it. That I'm going to laugh so hard if we don't make it.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I'm the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me. Oh wow.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
She unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into her palm. Oh no, I think this is sentimental value.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
Lieutenant Mark's trolley. I forgot that Kim was watching all this scene play out.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas-relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races.
What is to pawn? Where can I pawn this pin? This will help me out, Lena, thanks. I promise I will buy it back for you once I have more money. What is to pawn?
It's easy. You bring a valuable item to a pawnbroker, who then gives you money for it. You can get it back later for a slightly larger sum if it hasn't been sold, but you never end up doing that anyway.
Where can I pawn the pin?
Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there'll be a shack nestled against an old stone facade. That's the pawn shop. An old friend of my husband's goes there often. He says the owner is quite helpful.
This will help me out, Lena, thanks.
You're quite welcome, dear.
Also, we can actually ask all these things. Oh yeah, because we didn't actually asked her about the whole partner thing, right? One crazy thing at a time. How do you like to roll?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, riding backyard of corpses, catching serious killers. Hold us some cigarette. I'm jonesing for a smoke. Oh wow. Nothing. I was thinking of the lyrics to a song Wanna Roll With Me. This is of
Sequence
course.
killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Oh, don't be jealous, Kim. Come on. It's Lena. We can have her. Kim, of course. I forgot. I had you. I just can't do this to Kim. I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why? Three heads are better than two.
Thank you,
Sorry.
but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see.
Yeah,
I'd slow you down.
that's sad.
Perhaps another time.
So I could do a little bit of this. Actually, the third option helps you to understand a little bit more of the lore. So let's try to do this one.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movement with some concern.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
I believe in you. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything. I hope you're alright. I hope it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm blowing this whole thing out of proportion. Forget I said anything. I think we can be honest with Lena, and she will understand. So.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
It takes a moment to process. The Whirling Rags cafeteria, it was on my keys. I don't really know, some city hotel? A war zone at the edge of the world. We are dead, haunting each other. We are ghosts. Yeah, no, it's the fourth, for sure.
Now.
She tilts her head as she looks up at you with maternal solicitude. Oh no.
We are live in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags. And the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
I think we saw after we get out of our room. It's 51, I'm guessing. But we are definitely not going to answer that because, well, it's the crazy run. So let me see the most stupid and insane one. Sure, it's the year 973. All I know is we are approaching the end times. It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am. It's the end times.
Perhaps, dear. Perhaps. But for now, it's just the spring of 51.
She is perturbed by your not knowing what year it is, but not by your mention of the apocalypse. It must be the end times.
So we are right all along.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin.
Oh no.
I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Some kind of democracy, maybe? I like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true methods, foreigners and women. Oh no, cop. We are living under the cop regime. Okay, so um, this kind of dialogue kind of helps the game to understand what kind of ideology you want to do. Well, for this relatively, so you can see like the liberal or libertarian run here, or maybe the communist run, or maybe the fascist run. I'm thinking because of the foreigners and women. The fascist run is funny, but I don't know if I want to go so deep. Um, but I think this is so funny. I think this one is the funniest because it doesn't have any inner logic at all.
Oh no, nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly not one who's horseback.
Yeah.
Of course, you've arrived at a weak world where no one appreciates animal husbandry.
I have no idea what means animal husbandry. I mean, that's a word that I'm definitely going to search later. I mean, you guys must already realize that I'm not a native speaker of English, so most of the time I can understand literally the whole sentence, but sometimes I just get the context of the dialogue, and this kind of helps me to understand the meaning. That I mean, this is the good side of playing games in English. You can always understand a little bit of everything in a more light angle. If there's no government, how come there are cops? I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed. That's a good
dear.
question.
This is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
So how did I do? What is the revolution you mentioned?
You didn't do too well, dear.
Yeah.
It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
Yeah, it's very ominous.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
Oh no. Kim is trapped with us. That's...
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
I mean, one actually cool fact is that volition is one of the most interesting feelings. I am not quite sure. I guess it is, or let me just check a minute. No, I don't know if we have a thing to call them. I don't think they are archetypes, but I'm guessing they are kind of feelings or abilities or competences. I like to think they are like competences. Like you can be an empathic person, or you can be authoritarian, or you can be composed. I like to think they are kind of competences, and volition actually is related to morale. So I don't know which one, but I think if you put points in volition, you actually can get a little bit more of mind in game. But yeah, I adore Volition. It can say things very very interesting, very deep, and Disclaims is a game that actually can put you in a good or bad place, never in between. But I like to think that it's always a good place because it kind of make you reflect about a lot of things, put a thought in a lot of things. So yeah, what is the revolution mission?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
I'm guessing our detective is 40, so he was born on the revolution. What does that have to do with there not being any cops? But I'm a cop. Whatever it was hasn't stopped me.
Of course, sweetie, I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
We don't have all. We are not very close, at least for that.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. Let's apologize, I think. Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that?
Yeah, what was that? That cafeteria manager is a bad man, a man without honor or compassion. It was like my body had a will of its own. I was running, my torso turned, my hands made this lewd gesture. I'm sorry you had to witness it. Yeah, what was that?
From where I was standing, it looked like you were about to pull out 2 guns, but drew out 2, birdies instead. Well, I'm glad you weren't injured.
You seem to be in a
Yes,
chair.
dear. I'm a paraplegic.
What is a paraplegic?
It means I can't use my legs. I was in an accident some years back, injured in the line of duty, as they say.
Were you a rugby player? Were you a mountaineer? Were you a tightrope walker? Tightrope walker is it's another word that I don't know, so I'm going to pick this one because this is a crazy run.
Nothing so extravagant, dear. Though what young girl doesn't dream of soaring over a crowd?
Okay, this didn't give me any contest at all, but that's fine. What did you do then?
I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. I was reading again because I got distracted for no reason. Could I become paraplegic?
I hope not. Although the work you are doing for all of us is quite dangerous.
Her eyes glimmer with admiration as she looks up at you.
Towering over her in your insignia, You make her feel safe.
That's sweet. Someone has to do it. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad hang out in a chair playing pinball. That's so insensitive. I couldn't. I'm not sure I should be in this line of work. I think I may be wrong about that, but I think when you pass a check, usually the first option is the option related to you succeeding check, but I might be wrong. I didn't looked into it. It's just a thing that it's a sensation that I got by playing the game. But yeah.
Not you. You're volunteering. So thank you, sweetie.
Wow, but we don't receive anything to do this. I think we it's a weird mechanic. Not mechanic. It's a weird work relationship. How you are volunteering and receiving salary.
So you volunteered sometime in the past for the beatdown and hell of bullets. So very you.
So very, yeah. Thanks for clearing that up for me. Let's move on. I don't think it's. I personally don't think it's rude to mention the wheelchair. If you are mentioning it in a neutral or a light manner, I think it's okay. I don't know if we did any sort of rude question. I think the only rude thing that we asked was about if we could be a paraplegic as well, but I don't think it was from a place of bad intention. I think it was a place of someone that's ignorant about the whole subject. So thanks for clearing that up for me. Let's move on.
No problem.
And Lena is fine and she was not offended. So I'm not going to be being sorry about everything and being the sorry cop. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but yeah, you can be the sorry cop. She nods, smiling up at you from behind her glasses.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
Yeah, that's that. About your
I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket.
I decided not to pawn it. You should have it back. We could, but there's a thing that I wanted to correct. I said at first part that we usually we would own Guard 300, but that's not true. Actually, we would own him 130 reals, but I think Guard only took off the tab the drinks, so we own him 100. So yeah, it makes more sense to me now. I looked after because I was curious to see if I was right, and no, I'm wrong. So I'm not going to give her the pen because we don't know if we will be needing it. I don't think we will, but
Of course,
let's be
dear.
sure.
I just wish I could have done more.
She's so sweet. Oh my god.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
She gives you a small wave. She's so nice. Let's see the pin. This unusually tasteful pin was produced to celebrate the Saint Baptiste summer. Die Race 31. It had the warm glow of a well-loved memento. I like this kind of architecture aesthetic. I'm not quite sure. I think it's something, I don't know how to say it in English, but it's Art Nouveau, I could say. I don't think it's Art Nouveau, Art Deco. I could be I don't know if this is the right term in English, but anyway, after that I could look it up and tell you guys later. But I like it. It reminds me of a game that I also like a lot. That's BioShock. But yeah, that's just a side comment. Let's move on. I want to.
That
Okay.
sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
So yeah, I was curious about that because when we passed near a cigarette, electrochemistry also opened a dialogue with us. So I was kind of, at least at the first part, I was kind of thinking, oh, will electrochemistry do this again? And yeah, he or it did again. I think electrochemistry, I know that all the competences have actually descriptions. Like, if you go in info, it gives you a very detailed description of the whole thing. But I like to think that electrochemistry, it's more about having some sort of underground knowledge of things, or actually understand things that are at the margins of what is commonly accepted as acceptable. Yeah. I like to think that electrochemistry is more about that. So it's more about how you mingle, and that's why a cop should have a little bit of electrochemistry to relate to this kind of environment. But yeah, our guy went too far with that. We've been 2 hours. Pretty long string o'clock. Oh no, I don't want our detective to be an addict, an alcoholic, but it's the craziest option, right? Fuck it. Let's.
Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
I mean, I already did it. Nice run. I already did it a run where I would choose the options that I would pick if I was our detective, if I was in his place. So yeah, don't consider any of these options as something that I defend or justify or anything. This is just purely for entertainment, please. I've been secretly thinking about it all. Actually, should I be thinking about this? Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me. Now that you mention it, I do need a rum and lemonade. I'd love for Guard to serve me up a beverage. Find yourself. So none of this are actually very sane. I mean, obviously the whole thing is insane. You shouldn't be an alcoholic, but I mean, this is not very interesting. Let's just say maybe later.
What is this? Casual Friday? What's with the lackadaisical laxman attitude? You used to be passionate about getting your drink on. Show me you're still young. Show me you have the fire in you. Lick that stain off the counter right now.
Oh, I'll lick it later.
Right now, motherfucker.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, no. Oh no. Shit. Fuck. Oh. Oh no, I don't like this at all. My God, Kim. Oh, oh boy. They can put on a little. Yeah, this will do it. um. Well, fuck it. I'm crazy. Like, so lick
Calmly,
it.
the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, then out of the window again.
God, this is getting so out of hand. I'm mortified.
What are you doing?
Oh no, yeah. Investigating? I'm an alcoholic. I needed to get my shit. I'm sorry, I did off into my own thoughts, and now this happened.
You should
Investigating.
move.
We should move.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. That's a great combination.
Yeah, the hangover feels really bad. You have to take the edge off. Find a bottle of alcohol, put it in your hand, equip it in the health slot in your inventory, and the magic will happen by its own. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Lieutenant, who is this? Pick up the pills. I don't remember if I can't do this one. Sometimes you can't. If you choose one of those, that's kind of the issue that I have sometimes, because, like, for example, we have a high chance here, and I would do this if I have a high chance, but I also want to do this once. Well, let's try it. So that's interesting. If you do a ruckus talking to guards and crash into wheelchair, you actually I don't know, be more bold to wake him up.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Wake up! This is an order. I'm the law. No words, just a primordial scream. I think the craziest is you just scream like hell broke loose.
Why the yelling, man?
The third something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look. You're alive? You look out for that long count there. I just wanted to see what would happen if I yelled. I need you to answer some questions right now. Why though?
Congratulations. You've seen the future. Now, if you excuse me again, officer.
Oh no. The worker sinks back onto the table ready to continue his nap.
Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police. More than they usually do, at least.
See anything interesting in your dreams? Tell me about Wild Pines. Point to the writing on his overall. What about the dead body in the yard? Yours? Point at the bottle and the spilled rum. Alright, I'll let you sleep. Imagine doing that after all this trouble. But, yours? Point at the bottle and the spilled rum. Oh no.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
I already had some. It's a fine rum. Yeah, I did it leaking off the table as a grumbling or something.
Knocks you right out when you drown a bottle or two.
He rubs his face, then buries it in his hands. You can hear a faint snore. See anything interesting in your dreams? Okay, it's the same thing. I think I'm going to ask about the body.
Yeah, what about it?
You seem cool with it. Do you have many of those hanging from the trees here? I'm just trying to find out what you know about it. This one definitely.
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs. If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern?
Someone has to look into it. Looks like I'm that someone. Tell me what you know. Well, little point asking you about the body, then I got other questions.
I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
You have a pretty solid feeling that the man's not just mouthing off. He's strong, but even he has reasons to be cautious here.
The trouble is already here, or how else would you call a dead man hanging from a tree?
They say your guy was a killer. Your tree man. He has friends, same as him, killers. There's only one thing they know well. How to wreak havoc.
Wait, who says that? You're saying things might get violent around here.
Everyone. It's a local rumor.
He yawns suddenly. You're saying things might get violent around here.
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know, and I prefer to keep it this way.
Well, this is information. Our victim is a killer, so...
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook. So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even sleepy hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
Tell me about Wild Pines.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's that going?
How's it going?
The dock worker lets out a big yawn, then stares at the cafeteria terrace doors. Some fingerprints glisten on the glass.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Of course, it's a total madhouse. I'm not sure what you mean. I've almost never been outside of this building. It's a total madhouse.
Good. Then you understand the gist of it. We would all be better off without the employers and their employment. For one, I can get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say.
See anything interesting in your dreams?
Thank God, no.
Was it a fathomless darkness into which we ought to be deferred like corpses to a mausoleum? Was it pure nothing, your consciousness no larger than a single grain of mold? Tell me, was it a bliss free of X somethings? All of them are so insane. Was it a bliss free
The
of X
worker
something?
stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No X anything. Just quality time.
A little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection. The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
So I'm guessing we did everything that we needed to do here, finally. I'm just going to take a quick look to see if okay, so this is inside. I don't think we can do that right now. So yeah, I think we did everything that we need to do at the cafeteria. Whirling and Rex. Whirling at Rex. Let's see. The exact name. So yeah, it's Whirling at Rex. I think. No? Let's see here. Quick. Whirling in Rex. Okay, so I'm wrong. Since we are here, those for winter, please use main entrance. I wonder why. I'm not from a cold country, so it's very interesting to see these cultural differences. A heap of snow. Pigs go home. A heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow. The street sign reads, "Fuck the police." And we have this young lady, I'm thinking. Not sure. And we can do a zoom out and see a little bit more of the city. And we have things to do. I'm not going to enter there right now. So yeah, we have all of these things to do. We have this...
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
The young woman looks up at you. You sound surprised. I have some questions for you.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with?
We need directions. What is this fuck the police business? Who are you exactly?
Excuse me?
She doesn't understand.
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
The street sign says fuck the police.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
What about the other sign? Pigs go home. Who are these pigs?
I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Even if she didn't write it, she should clean it.
Oh no, why though? You could clean it up if you get a chance. Be a citizen, be a winner. It's alright, I'm just asking. God. That's so bizarre. Like, why would you be such an a-hole doing this?
Okay.
She straightens her back.
She's probably not gonna do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Who are you exactly?
Me? I am just a gardener.
Cool, and what are you doing here? Good to meet you, just a gardener. Another question then.
I am pleased to meet you too, officer.
We need directions.
Since the street signs messed up?
She nods.
Okay. What do you need?
I'm looking for a dead body. Where am I? What is up in the north? What is in the east? What is in the south? What is in the west? This is going to take a little. This is gonna take a time.
Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
She points north.
She's relieved someone has come for it. Finally.
Where am I?
What do you mean?
I'm a bit disoriented. This is Revachol, right? Just tell me where we are, okay?
Yes, sir. District of Martinez.
She looks around, thinking.
This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
The lieutenant seems uncomfortable with the level of disorientation you were displaying. Yeah, it's only going to get worse, Kim.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
Okay, so north we have the apartments. East.
The harbor gates? Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store too.
So east we have the harbor and a fleet store. South.
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What is on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Okay.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water, water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church.
What kind of fish market is this?
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there now. Just drug addicts.
What's in the west?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Okay.
In the west is the miracle.
In the west is the miracle. Okay. Formidable. Thanks, that's all for
No
now.
problem.
She nods, brushing a fleck of soil off her cheek. I have to run.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
She wipes her brow with a canary yellow glove.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
One more thing, can I borrow your gloves? No, those gloves aren't really my style. Oh my god, why though? Why? Oh. Yeah, it's a little bit painful to be an insane detective because it sometimes it's quite the same as being a stupid one. But yeah, let's be coherent. We have the I don't remember. Anyway, we will get into it. I think we can check this out. Inspect the victim's body, report a badge missing, pay for damages. Who made the call reporting the crime? Sing a karaoke. Yeah, there's things we can do that's related to the carriage. Yeah, the carriage, I think. And we have this person to talk to. Maybe I should consider talking with people first.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
At least talking to people that are of the area that we are in, at least. The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes. Keep listening, I'm the law. What's going on here? I'm the law.
You sure are, my man.
He nods emphatically. And then keeps listening.
From another
Yeah.
planet. Hey there.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. This line of questioning. What's going
It's
on?
the jam, my man.
He motions toward the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
He
Upon
glances.
days.
Sorry. He glances south down the road. Limbo, huh? So that's where I am. So how long have you been here? That's
Yeah.
where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it. I don't quite understand what you just said. Could you say it again on a little less plodding?
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
He snickers.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Got any smokes on you? Care to spare some change for a working stiff? Tell me more about the strike. Know anything about the dead man? The one hanging behind the hostel there? Point at the yard? What are you hauling anyway? Okay, so let's ask about the smokes.
Nope, don't smoke.
He nods towards the big lorry behind him.
Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for the sweet release of death.
Okay.
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You left the ask around elsewhere.
Yes, I will ask around.
You
them.
could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Revachol's weird.
It's indeed, it's a little bit odd. Care to spare some change for a walking stiff?
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
Sudden financial duties snapped him out of his daze. They who?
The bosses, man.
Makes sense, first work then pay. I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them. Sorry I broke, got it. What else did I have to ask you?
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had, say, 4 myself.
Tell me more about this strike.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out.
What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
He takes a note. What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He makes a ka-ching sound.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
I don't know if Tom is from the area, but he's just someone passing by. But it's interesting to know what he has to say, because he stayed in Revachol for 1 week. Regardless of that.
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. If you still hang around here waiting for this mess to end, most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
He smiles awkwardly. Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
Oh, wow. Know anything about the dead man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Okay, busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And your
A
conclusion?
sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him.
You are under arrest. Wicked. I've always wanted a friend in the underworld. Okay, and what are you actually hauling? I don't know which one is the craziest. I mean, imagine I think you just accepting that he is doing that or believing in him is very crazy. But saying that you want a friend in the underworld with your partner, it's kind of I don't think I want to be the authoritarian type of crazy.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing.
He grins.
They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately.
So nothing legal then. That's your machine behind you? Could I get one of those phone tracksuits you're hauling?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
That's your machine
This
behind
rockin'
you?
beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
He pointed at the lorry with his thumb. Yeah, these lorries are pretty neat. Interested? Not really, I just asked because, I don't know, must be a cop reflex. Let's say that I'm interested, just to see what kind of dialogue it opens.
Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Loran Bird somehow.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
So nothing illegal.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Right, I had another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
That's that's very it's the odds are not in our favor, but I think we can try. Even though this is very high for most of our checks, so
Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
Man, you look sad. What's going on with you? Hey Tommy, spill the beans. What's troubling you? My man, I wanna know about your soul.
You really are the law, aren't you? I get that being bluntly observant and inquisitive comes with the territory, but it certainly doesn't help with your conversational skills, does it?
No, definitely not.
Just like that, he slips out of your reach. It is possible the yelling didn't help.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't be a stranger.
He gives a salute with 2 fingers. Yeah, so we talked with lots of people too. Actually, 4, if we count with our friends from Berlin Rags. I think we should let me see. Where the song is laying 8B. I think we should end this episode, yeah, doing a little bit of chat with these guys right here. Let's foresee this. The letter R wears a crown on the ribbon below, a light above descending. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. Do we have something? Take off. Money gain. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. So Kim is not going very far. Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. This kid's ladder is rickety, but it's still climbable. So I don't think we want to try a lot of things. Let's try to see the body first.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
The lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Try to walk away. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Okay.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Fucking corpse. Got
It's
it.
okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Oh, no, I'm going to be reasonable.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
You think ammonia would help? Okay, where do we get ammonia from? I don't need that shit.
There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't,
He points to the greenhouse.
there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Turns away. Okay, so we don't have much to do here. I think I'm going to be ending here. Thanks so much, you guys, for this part. Let's try and see if at the next part we will see if we can investigate more of the scene and perhaps know some people, get to meet some people, especially this little guy here and this little girl. We are going to be trying to also get inside here, try to move forward with it, as I can see here. I'm thinking talking with someone who called the police about the body and our badge. So let's see if we can do that. And thanks so much for watching, and I see you guys